Start again. Right, welcome back to another episode of the Beard Invades. This week I'm with Paul from BrookesWood Creations. Okay. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, not bad yourself, mate.
Yeah, finally got you on.
Good. Yeah, it's been good.
Thanks for letting us into your world, your workshop.
No problem at all. No problem at all. Happy to show everyone around my
Brilliant.
small space.
Okay. So I'm changing the format of these invasions a little bit. We'll have a little chat, and then halfway through the chat, we'll have a little tour, and then we'll have a little chat, and that'll be it. And then I'll upload this as I usually do, Thursday, 8 p.m. UK time. Is that all right?
Awesome. Yeah, okay. No, brilliant. Lovely.
Right, so we'll jump straight into it. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I've been doing this for about a year now, sort of slowly and surely building everything up. I started mainly because I wanted to build stuff for my son. So we needed a cot. I didn't end up building one because I got given one for free. But that was the plan anyway, to build a cot. So that was the main reason why I started making stuff, really. And then sort of the YouTube and Instagram sort of followed suit later on, really. So it was slowly but surely starting out.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Right. So why YouTube? Why decide to record your projects and upload them to YouTube?
Just something different, really. I've been a gamer for quite a few years, like heavily gaming for years and years and years.
Xbox or PlayStation?
Everything, really.
Oh, that's right. Then. That's right.
I'm not brandist, so
okay.
And that was sort of my hobby, really, and I just fell out of it. You know, getting older and haven't got as much time to do it like I used to. So having something to do that was different to that was the point, really. And obviously watching some of the makers that I follow on YouTube and Instagram and stuff, and it's sort of like, well, let's give it a go, see how it gets on, and sort of just see what happens, really. I'm not expecting sponsorships or anything like that. It's just somewhere just to catalogue stuff, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, good. So what camera system do you have?
So I've got a Canon 550D. Got that off of eBay, quite for a fairly decent price with a half decent lens on it. It's got the battery extension on it as well, so it's 2 batteries rather than 1, which means I don't have to worry too much about running out. Everything gets recorded on there, and then it's all editing on the Mac later on, which is never the fun bit, is it?
Well, that's the bit I'm kind of addicted to.
How is it?
So what?
So I'll just send you all my stuff then.
Oh yeah, okay. What program do you use to edit with then?
iMovies is the standard one on iMovies.
Okay.
So I do, So it's fairly just a basic one, but it works good enough for my level at the moment. I will look at maybe upgrading later on, things like that. But I can just about work iMovies and just about get videos out. So I use that, and then I use the camera to do the VO as well. And then just export and put that straight into iMovies as well. Yeah, and it works all right. Works all right for what I'm doing.
There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with your videos. They're great. No problem at all. Okay, so if anyone or has anyone inspired you to do what you do?
I mean, there's two. I mean, they're pretty mainstream. So it's Matt Cremona and April Wilkerson. You know, I think most people know who they are. But when I was looking for the cot build, it was Matt's video that I sort of focused on, and he's brilliant at what he does, absolutely brilliant. And then obviously April with the mountains of stuff that she's got on there for building, and many projects will be stolen from her.
Yeah.
Changed obviously for legal reasons, but yeah, those two are my main ones. But then you go on to like Jay Bates and everyone as well, and the ones with the big American shops. Yeah, that I would love to have at some point.
Well, the thing is, it's great to watch these big names in these big spotless shops, but in reality, are we ever going to have that kind of space and money to do this? So it's this is why I love doing these invasions, because you know, we're real people. We haven't got money to throw at massive machinery or you know, all these massive workshops. So this is really important for people to see and see that they can produce the things that you're producing in a small space. So
yeah, no, there's loads of guys on the Instagram and the YouTube, like Shaun in the Shed and Real Simple Things. Those sort of little guys, they're brilliant as well. So.
Yeah. I mean, a favourite of mine is Peter from the Small Shed. I mean, he's got such a tiny little space.
Yeah,
I'm dying to get around there to invade him. He's not, but he produces some good stuff. So, anyway, shall we have a little tour of your world?
Yeah, definitely. So this is my workbench. This is remnants from a previously bad-made homemade table saw. So I had it literally come in the middle, cut it down to fit in the space that I had left. But for a little workbench, I've got a few projects. There's a little secret project that I can't show too much, but that's a little secret project for one of the Instagram guys. Playing with my Dremel 4000 at the moment. Some awesome tips from you in order to keep it going, but I'm hoping to get that one properly working soon. And then you've got your French cleats for the tool holders. It was tidy, but it's becoming more of a dumping ground now, unfortunately, because that's what happens with space, isn't it? So
yeah. But, so you're a Ryobi man like myself.
Well, I am, but I did have the Ryobi Impact, but I replaced it with a Triton instead because it died when I was building my deck. But yeah, I do the Ryobi. They're decent, but they're not overly expensive, are they? So that's sort of the good point. And so the little router is really good for the size. It's done me really well for everything I've done so far. But yeah, Ryobi, it's home base, isn't it? Yeah. Other suppliers are obviously available, but yeah, they're just around the corner from me, so it's easy for me to get hold of some of the nice, easy stuff that they've got.
Well, I like the fact that you just, they can keep the price down because you're buying the actual unit and not the battery.
Yeah.
And you can see the batteries about.
I mean, I've managed to get quite a couple of batteries that most of them come from Amazon, because unfortunately you can't always beat Amazon's price, which is a shame. But they're cheaper. They're cheaper. So I do have my one Milwaukee charging up there as well. Okay. That's for one of my nice tools. So that's just up there waiting to be played with. And then moving along, I've got the lumber. I cannot say that word properly. Lumber cart that I made earlier. So this is actually the back section where I store the shorter bits, and the main front section is along the front. But because I don't use full sheets that often, it's a lot easier to have the other one facing. And I've got some nice bits here. I still am struggling to identify what this is, so you might have an idea. But I can't remember if it was a Roco or something else that I was given. But I was given a load of bits from my friend runs a furniture and stair making company. So he gets loads of hardwoods offcuts that they just burn. So I've got a fairly decent. I know. I said, "I will just give me the bags full of them, and it'll be fine." And they'll sit in here for months. Couple of Axminster 120, 1,200 mil clamps. That's when they were doing their buy one get one free offer.
All right.
So I told the wife it was cheaper than it was, obviously. But they're really good. And then you got the Triton lumber rack at the top as well. I did follow April's one for that one and cut it in half because it's a lot easier for what I did. But a lot of the stuff up here, so I've got quite a lot of nice oak and some walnut. That all came from kitchen company that were going out of business. So luckily I got in there and was surprised how cheap he was giving it to me for. So I picked up quite a lot from there actually, and that's all. Well, the plan was chopping boards, but I still haven't made a chopping board, so it might be coasters instead.
Okay.
But yeah, and then the other bit of that is just dumping ground, really.
Storage.
Yeah, the old family one, because I can't get away with using all of that space, annoyingly.
All right. At least you haven't
But
got a car in there.
Well, no. I mean, she would probably like for me to have her car in here, but I did say no. I said, no, I'm not.
Okay.
I can't. I need some space. I've given her the house. I said she can do whatever she wants with the house. I won't argue at all. I've got a little Fallout Boy bobblehead in there from a video game, but that's about it.
Nice.
Everything else is all hers. She could put whatever she wants on the walls and do whatever she wants with it, as long as I can have the garage in the garden.
Brilliant.
That was the compromise that I made.
Yeah.
So I now live in a house of hearts and pretty flowers.
You've always got your workshop to go
Exactly.
and
I can just escape.
That's it. Okay. Get some beard glitter.
Yes. I mean, it's not quite as good as yours. I did have to trim it down. But...
Right. Okay. Right. So what's next then?
You've then got, well, again, more home furnishings, obviously.
Yeah.
But picked up this one from Homebase, actually. Nice little one. Stores quite a lot of all your bits and bobs. Tried to mark it up the best I can by keeping the labels on the boxes, but
yeah,
it's quite nice. And it wasn't. I think it was only about 15 quid, and that was surprisingly helpful because I did have one from Aldi, but it broke and fell apart. But I mean, Aldi's decent for cheapy things, but not. It's the quality is not always there, is it? Unfortunately, but not with their plastic things. But and then it's just a dumping ground really for stuff. Got the Type Bond. I tended to lean towards Type Bond rather than anything else because I know that they've got some decent quality stuff. And then again, more screws. Jason mask that came out for Halloween stuff. That one, my machete, which is going to be the prize for Maker Central that I'm donating. Right. And then, are you doing a Jenga block?
A what? Sorry.
Are you doing a giant Jenga block?
Possibly gonna. Yeah.
My little Jenga block for there. Unfortunately, it's undersized, but there's not a lot I can do about that. And then you've got the big Triton 1200 belt sander, one that attaches to the bench. Right. Because I did have an old bench top one that my dad gave me, but it was a bit underpowered now, so that was quite helpful. And the rest of it is just junk up there, really.
Okay.
The boxes. Well, I'd say I did have a tidy up before you came. So, this is one of my newest ones, my Rutland bench planer, which that has been surprisingly helpful with the coasters and things I've put together because I've just really struggling to get a straight edge on the table saw that I was using before. So that came in really handy when I was trying to put all those together. And then same with the Triton, I can't remember the model number, but their plunge saw for their track saw. That was really good breaking down the sheet goods for the table, for the Christmas table. So it's helpful bits of kit really, those two. Really nice, really helpful with them. The rest of it is pretty much just a bumping ground. I've got a few bits and bobs down here. So that's a nice bit of rubber wood that my dad gave me because he had some kitchen units that he was getting rid of. And they were the shelving units. So they'll be probably, again, some coasters. And then a good old B&Q scrap bin for a bit hard oak flooring is always nice.
Yeah, I like the scrap bin.
Yeah. This is what's left of my Purdue that I had, which was going to be coasters. But I can't stop it going mouldy. That's my only problem.
Right, okay.
I think I have a bit of a mold issue, and doesn't matter what I put finish on it wise. So unless I coat it in epoxy, I think I'm a little bit stuck with that one, which is annoying. Yeah. But Purdue is my favourite. I can't. It's just that colour of the Purdue I love. I can't help it. I really can't.
It's like Purple Heart, isn't it? Yeah. Purdue and Purple Heart. They're just lovely lovely
So I haven't worked with Purple Heart yet. I'm hoping to pick some up at Makers this year. I can't remember who was selling it last year. There was was it Surrey Timber up there last year?
I'm not sure.
I think they had a nice Purple Heart, which I'm hoping to bring back with me this time. So that'd be nice. So got the Triton Double XL Super Jaws. This was a present actually from Shaun in the shed, who I've been sort of talking to quite a lot lately. It was sat in his garage because he got them from an auction. and he hasn't used it, so he knows I like orange, so he sent it to me, which I'm so grateful for, because it's the system for that is so good, and it just really helps when you're holding a lot of stuff. Yeah, really helpful.
Jonathan Whittaker uses one of those for his wood carvings.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you saw at the Grillers stand last year, but he had it there.
Yes, I did. Yeah. It's just such a quick and easy way, isn't it? Rather than getting clamps out and things.
Yeah, definitely.
And so I got the little extension table for it for my birthday this year from the wife. So that was a really exciting birthday present for me. But it's just really helpful just to dump all your screws and stuff in there. Isn't it? So and then I've got my Triton thicknesser. That was one of the first proper big bits of kit that I bought when I was starting, and I love it. It's one of my favorites. It really is. Just being able to actually flatten things with it is so nice. And then the Triton benchtop oscillating sounder, that's what I got from Makers last year. That was my big purchase from Makers, and that gets used so often. I would never have been able to do the machete project without it.
No.
It just removes so much material so quickly. It's amazing. But yeah, I made the cart for it. The plan is to rip that apart though. When I have my workbench, I wanted to get those two underneath so I can utilize the cart for my pride and joy, which is my Milwaukee fuel brushless tape, chop saw. Again, going by, this is similar to what April's got. So hers is a little bit bigger, but it is my new favorite tool in my shop. Just having it battery powered is so much better. You don't have to worry about cables. I've dragged this outside on a nice day and just chopped a lot of stuff down. But yeah, this is lovely. I've got the 5 amp in there at the moment, but the 9's the one that I normally have in it, but that dies obviously. So the 5 really doesn't last very long enough in it. You can maybe get half an hour of constant cuts and that's it. It's quite bad really, but the 9 seems to go for a lot longer.
Okay.
I don't know why it's so much difference with it, but yeah, it's surprising how quick it dies, that one. But this is lovely, especially with the shadow line on it, for where the cut is. Oh, sorry, for where the cut is, so you can easily tell where your actual blade's going to go, rather than, because I don't like I had what was the one I had before? The one for B&Q, orange and black.
I don't know.
Rage.
Oh, Rage,
yeah, those ones, I had one of them, and it had a laser, but the laser was off from where the blade was.
Oh, right.
So I've tried to avoid lasers since then. And that system seems to work really well. I mean, I got the biggest one I could afford, and I hopefully won't have to buy another one than that. Right. Okay. I think I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think that's 305. Oh no, 254. Sorry. So I won't be chopping much bigger than that. So 254 blade will be perfect for me. And then I've got to have an issue with you actually. Where's my sticker? I haven't got a sticker for you.
Didn't I give you one at Makers?
No, I've not got one.
Oh,
not got one. So I only put this up yesterday. I mean, it's not actually up, but I need to. We need to do a swapsies.
Yeah, because you gave me one of yours at Makers, didn't you?
Oh, did I?
Yeah. I'm sure I gave one. Anyway, I'll chop one.
I'll have a look. But but I actually only did this yesterday, so my stickers have been gathering dust for a while because I just had nowhere to put it that I could take with me. And there is a big hole in the middle, but one of the guys is doing a CNC logo for me.
Oh, right.
So that's going to go just right smack bang in the middle, and then I'll just surround it by it. But because I haven't had a wall to put it on before, because of the other one was the rack was on this side, so I didn't actually have a free wall. So now that I've moved everything around, that'll be going up there. Nice little French cleat. And I've got some decent makers on there, some nice ones. And so I've got to have the Triton ones on there.
Yeah,
got to do that. And then there's only 2 left. So you've got the DeWalt WD-745. That was again a little birthday present for me because I did have a old school Ryobi that I reconditioned and rebuilt, but it wasn't good enough. It didn't have a fence, so I was trying to build one and it never worked. And I know that the fences on these ones on the DeWalt are really, really good. So I'm really happy with how this one's turned out. The only issue I have with it is this is locked as tight as it can go, and I can still turn that. So I need to upgrade the crosscut sled. Well, or just build a crosscut sled would be the other answer, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But because that would be a nice little video. But yeah, no, it's that. Again, the plan when I do the workbench, that will be built into it, because then I can just have a nice flat surface to as an outfeed table as well. That's the plan for that one. But again, it's all about coming up with the right sizes, isn't it?
Yeah, so, that's it. Yeah.
And last but not least, it's a bit dark over here, sorry, is my 305 bandsaw from Axminster. Unfortunately, I hate this because I can't. Only the machine is lovely, but it's me. I don't know how to set it up properly. I've watched Matt Esler's videos and a lot of the other guys like Mark Spragnolo and Wood Whisperer. I've watched all of their videos on how to set it up, and I still can't get it to cut straight. The last cut I tried to do was that one, and not exactly straight for it. So
it looks like it's your guides.
I've tried many times, and I think I need someone to actually come and show me. I think so. I've reached out to a chap who's my next door neighbour's dad, and he's been doing stuff like this for years. So he's gonna come down and show me how to do it, and then hopefully I can start using it again. But I've struggled so much trying to resource stuff on it, because the plan was to do kitchen cupboards for at home, because I've got I made an extension bit for the cupboard, and I got a load of oak that I was going to resaw down, but I'm going to ruin it if I try and do it at the moment. Get your guides sorted first. That's my problem. So I want to use it, and I used it to build a lot of the tool holders, but I can't resaw anything on it, and I don't want to risk it because I don't want to ruin a nice bit of oak. Sensible. Yeah. So once that's sorted, then the whole shop's pretty much going to be up and running, which will be nice.
It looks a nice workspace. You know,
I've been lucky that because this is obviously my garage, but it's the same length as the house.
Right.
So I've got a 2-bed house, and it's exactly the same length as that. So I've got a massive, long space to work with. The only problem with it is the neighbours that have their living room right above my head.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, because it's I'm under a coach house, so that's my only problem. Is I can't make too much noise too late at night. So my sanding and stuff is all done for the few hours during the day. And then it's all hand finishing after that. So.
Oh, right. Right. Well, thanks for that.
It's a nice shot I'm lucky to have the space, and I know that guys I've got nowhere near the space that I've got, and would love it. So I'm trying not to complain too much.
Yeah, well, last invasion I did. No, the one before that, Dead Rise. He's got to have his wife's car in his. You know. So anyway, brilliant.
Carry on. Pleasure to show you around. I was going to say the ceiling sticker board is one of my favourite ideas that I've seen.
Is it? Yeah,
that's such a good idea. To not take up wall space. I was debating it. Putting on the ceiling.
I've got to do something about mine, but when I build the new workshop, because I've got 3 sticker boards now. The third one is nearly full, so I've got to figure something out to do. Plus, I'm going to have the flag wall as well, where people.
Are you having a flag wall?
Yeah. So, right. Anyway, enough about me. So, you're going to Makers this year, I take it?
Yeah, going for the full weekend this year. So I did. It was my first one last year, and I did the day. I dragged my dad with me. Well, I asked him if he wanted to go, and he said yes. And then he fell asleep during the talks. So, I'm going on my own this year, and I'm going for the 2 days, and I'm going to try and stay as long as I can. Just a lot of this, it's just to meet up with like you guys that I didn't really have the confidence to speak to last year. So it was a very much of I don't really belong here. But now that I've sort of met everyone and spoken to everyone, it's going to be a bit different this year. So
Yeah,
it'll be nice to properly have a catch up with everyone afterwards,
definitely.
rather than trying to escape back home. So,
Right. I've got a bit dark, haven't I? Can you see me all right?
I can just about see you. Right.
Yeah, it's the light. We're south facing, so.
Well, is it pouring down with rain where you are? Because it is here. So
No, it's really sunny.
oh, lucky you.
But then we have had little bits of rain. Like I say, I want to get this welding done, but it's I can't trust the weather at the moment. Right. So, what projects do you have coming up? If you want to share that with us.
Yeah. So I've got the one that I can't talk too much about, which is one of the Instagrammers are doing a giveaway. And they're doing something special that a few people are getting involved in. So that one I can't talk too much about, but that's my first time using metal, which will be interesting.
Okay.
So because my dad's an engineer, so I should in theory know what I'm doing, but I don't. I avoided engineering as much as I could. But so that's my first time ever using metal, so that's going to be quite interesting. And then we're doing the Makers auction at Makers this year, which is James. I can't remember his hashtag woodworking, I think it is. He's started a Makers auction, which is for the RNLI and the British Heart Foundation. So I think there's probably about 60 of us now, 60, 70 of us, all donating little bits of projects to that. I'm going to be doing a couple sets of coasters for that one. And then there's the April Fools project for the Makers Challenge this year, which will be starting start of April. So we've got to make something that's something else, which will be interesting. So I've got a few ideas for that. So I'm going to do whatever comes out of that project as well. I'm planning on donating as well. So then hopefully we can raise a decent amount of money to give them, which is going to be quite an interesting one to do. So,
brilliant.
But I think that's all my projects at the moment. I know the wife wants me to do a load for the house. She wants shelves and things like that. So I might to keep her happy. I suppose I should do them, really, shouldn't I?
Definitely.
It'll just take me ages because I'll video it.
Yeah. Keep the missus happy.
Yeah, everything gets videoed, so it takes about 10 times longer, doesn't it?
Yeah, of course. So a question I ask everybody: worst tool and favorite tool. I think I can figure out your favorite tool, but your worst tool?
Well, my worst tool is currently the bandsaw because I just don't know I can't set it up properly. So it will be one of my favorites when I can figure out how to use it properly. But to be fair, it's sanding as well. Like I've got the Ryobi sander, but it kills my hands. Right. So I struggle to do too much of that one. But yeah, the thicknesser and my chop saw are my favorite tools. Definitely, 100%. Can't argue with them at all.
Brilliant. Right, do you have a shout out that I can put in description?
Yeah, definitely. You definitely want to go and look at Shaun at the Shed stuff. He's an amazing maker. He's done like a ring toss board, and he's done bar barrel stools and things like that. So he's Shaun in the Shed, Instagram and YouTube. And he's absolutely brilliant. He's a really good friend. So he's one of these guys that I met on Instagram, haven't actually met in person yet, but he's one of my closest friends now. Talk all the time with him, and he's a really, really, really good maker as well. So
Shaun in the Shed.
Shaun in the Shed, yeah.
Shaun in the Shed. I don't know why, but when I jot it down, I put Shaun of the Shed. That's Shaun of the Dead. Anyway, Shaun in the Shed. Right. Yeah. So last question really for you. Where are you planning for your channel to go? What direction? What do you expect this channel to be in maybe a couple of years?
To be fair, just growing a little bit bigger. Like I'm not expecting anything massive from the channel. It's just something that I do as a hobby. Like a lot of woodwork is a hobby, and just videoing is now another part of it. So, if someone gets help from some of the stuff that I do, whether they want to follow my tool holders or make an extension table or whatever, just growing just a little bit more, just hitting those little milestones makes a difference to me. When I hit 100 and got my custom YouTube link, I was chuffed. I was over the moon because I never expected to get anywhere even close to it. because I mean, why would people want to watch my stuff? But you know, some people obviously do, and I'm just chuffed that it's just growing little by little as it is.
Yeah.
You know, whether I can keep going and if I do have to move house, you know, build a shop there, you know, that will be all part of it as well. So I'll be building the shop and fitting out a lot like Smugwood did with his one. So
yeah,
I mean, just putting stuff out there, because it's not a lot of it's more for me, because I lost my mum a couple of years ago, and doing this sort of stuff is how I've coped with it, with a lot of it. So just putting out there has sort of helped me a lot in the past. So yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, well that's it from me. Thanks
Thank you for coming to my shop.
Just shame I couldn't come in person, but still,
Yeah.
Yeah, massive thank you for letting us into your world and your shop. And
no, I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming and you letting me be on your channel and show myself my work and stuff. So,
brilliant. Right, well, that's it, guys. I'll leave a link to Paul's shout out and Paul's channel, obviously, in the description. So if you're not already a subscriber of Paul's, head over there, give him your support, help his channel grow. And Shaun in the Shed will be in there too. So thanks, and I'll see you all in the next invasion.
Bye, guys.